my world.
The finals. Always nice to make the finals of an 8-4, knowing that you have already won something more than you invested. This is a draw without open speaker. That's that. I'm playing the second swamp for the unlikely chance that he plays around the Theros Cure, which I actually have, but not in my hand. But funny as things are, I draw it now, and since I don't have a 3-drop, okay. So I obviously don't want the setter to live. I slow him down a bit. This works fine. Flashmat Steed. I'm not too afraid of that. I have Costa Chamira in hand. There's a Grip Tide. Obviously, I run out the Chamira first, seeing as I have a deal of Thassa in my hand. And the Grip Tide will be probably more useful later. Stone-Shrouded Warrior. Okay, that threatens some damage. But that's what Grip Tide is for. My Chimera goes big. And hopefully will draw me cards in 2 turns. Even though I might take some damage in the meantime. It also gets a better blocker though. So I think it's correct to suit it up. Otherwise, what should I have done? Nothing or Grip Tiding? I'm not sure that's a great idea. I can still Grip Tide if something happens to the Stone-Shrouded Warrior, which I don't like. So I think getting the Ordeal active as early as possible is the right play. And then here's the Gorgon, the Keepsake Gorgon. The one which always gets taken highly and almost never actually does anything. Note that I have a Boon of Erebus in my hand, which is great against the Gorgon, since it just destroys, unless I'm very mistaken. Yep. So let's see his hand. Ouch. Take away one of those Savage Surges. So he could come in for a lot of damage right now. He doesn't use the Savage Surge on the Warrior, probably playing around some bounce and removal from my side. I could have Theros Cure, I could have Voyage's End. Maybe Hero's Downfall, which I have, but since it's a rare I can't know. But no, he prefers to add another creature to the board, which is probably a great idea. This situation can no longer attack, which is a pity. Fall one short, but I have a great blocker. And of course, comes a great play. I still have the Boon, but I don't want my Chimera to tap, so I'll use the Grip Tide for a great tempo play. And that is that. Once more, the Gorgon does not get active. So no Monstrosity here, more important, no Monstrosity trigger here. Also no good attacks for him. And now I have some breathing room before the Gorgon comes down again, and this is a Hero's Downfall, which really helps. So what now? Can I attack? Unfortunately no, he's threatening way too much damage, especially with the Savage Surge in his hand, which I know about. Thinking, I have Hero's Downfall, no, I need the Downfall for the Gorgon. Unfortunate, so what will I do? Not attack, I suppose, and run out Melodic Wall. I think that's what I did. Now come on, Andy, do something. You're boring. I usually do not think as much. Not the least because it doesn't help, to be honest. I can play quite well, guided by my intuition, but I'm not good at actually planning. Oh, I decide to do nothing at all and keep Hero's Downfall and Boon of Erebus open, which is a good plan, by the way, because Boon of Erebus can take down quite a lot of things, and also I could expect the Gorgon to come down. So, will he attack? Will he not attack? What's going to happen? He's not attacking. And there's Hero's Downfall on the Gorgon. Still, it's sad to have that ordeal and 2 counters on the Chimera and not getting the third on of it. Onto it. Now, attacking seems like a better option. I know he has a Civic Surgeon and he might top deck something else. And I can run out either a Horizon Scout or a Mnemonic Wall. I'll go for the wall here, keeping Boon of Erebus open. So I'm unlikely to die on the next turn and get my Hero's Demise back. Is it Demise? I think it's Demise. And thinking about it, I go for Griptide instead, which I believe is a good idea. Since I'm winning here, and Griptide denies him a card. Since I most probably will use it on the warrior anyway, that's fine. I'm pretty sure from his side of the table I'd feel the Griptide more, so this is probably the correct play. So Savage Surge and an unknown card in his hand. What is going to happen now? He's not attacking. That's fine with me. And I finally can get the third counter on my Chimera. Also, he's dead in 3 turns by the Chimera alone. So what I'm doing now is just run out an additional blocker, keep Griptide mana open, keep additionally Boon of Erebus mana open, and hope that I have answers to everything he has, which in Theros draft is not a given at all, but my situation is really comfortable here, so I'm fairly optimistic. Then again, my opponent isn't making it too hard for me, never attacking, playing his lands, waiting for something, I don't know for what. So I'm not exactly feeling a lot of pressure here. Scourge Mark of the Chimera. This shortens my clock by 1 turn, seeing as I have a Boon of Erebus in my hand. Also, it still leaves open Griptide and Boon of Erebus. I think that's the right play here. So he's not doing anything. And since I have 3 more flyers in my hand, I can go for the winner with the Chimera, keeping Griptide still open. So let's see if he has anything. I think he played more lands than would have been useful. Okay, if he has another Gorgon or something in play, maybe he once didn't play, but I never feared him, to be honest. That went well. I wasn't too impressed by his creature selection, by the way. Just a bunch of random creatures all over the curve. So I'm thinking Is there anything I need? Don't find anything. Just keep the deck as is. Note, by the way, that the semifinals both were 1-2-0 as well. So to keep with the theme, I have to rock that game now, make it a clean sweep. I certainly intend to do so. Now this is nice. Leading with the Thoughtseize feels like constructed, and his hand is not too impressive. There's Feral Invocation, Cutthroat Maneuver, Read the Bones, and the Green Emissary. So I take the Read the Bones out of his hand, and unless he top decks something, his hand will be slow without any pressure. Well, he top decks something. There's Leaf Chondrite, and this is going to deal some damage, since I know there's a Feral Invocation in his hand. I still run out a blocker, of course. And prepare to take some damage here. Just another lesson in how important 2-drops are. You need something to put those auras on. And here it is. It's a 4-4, and I know the Cutthroat Maneuver in his hand, so it can become 5-5. Still, I'm digging here for solutions. But this is Theros draft. You have to find a solution that early, because there's a 4-4 attacking you on turn 3. And that's not even an especially fast start in that format. Yeah, Ordeal of Thassa is not that great at the moment. So what to do is run out a Chimera with the intention to block. If he has a 4th mana for his maneuvers, then okay, I run out another Chimera. Fleshmet Steed is not doing that much here. And there it is, the Griptide, which solves most, unfortunately not all, but most problems you're likely to face in Theros draft. So what now? There's a Nimbus Naiad still in my hand, which I can bestow. I'm just waiting because I really want to Griptide the Dryad and gain some breathing room. There's the Emissary. That's not doing that much by itself. Still have to think of those maneuvers in his hand. Maybe I shouldn't have done that, because you now can make a 5-5 Emissary. But then again, I'm not that close to dying. And I like denying him a card. So what do I need? I think the swamp is something I want at some time. Seeing my hand, well, okay. Something I probably want now. But it seems I decided against it now. No, I thought I didn't need both of his cards. Wanted to dig for something better. Okay then. Run out a Nyan so I can block a bestowed Emissary. It's interesting to second guess myself, because I'm not sure I would have done the same in that situation. Bestow the Fleshmet Steed is not that convincing, to be honest. And attacking with both is close to a brain fart. I might not play optimally, but this is as terrible as things can get. So obviously I'll double block the Fleshmet Steed, double block the emissary, lose a return phalanx, and the Nimbus Naiad, and his board is now empty except for that Leaf Dryad. No, that was a terrible, terrible attack. So once again, suit up my Chimera, send it in, make it grow, drop another Chimera, just in case, have my mono board open. At that point the match was practically over, I guess. He cannot do anything, and I'm just winning. Curse of the Swine is a nice backup for whatever situation might come up. And there is another Griptide for me. In this situation, that's brutal for him. He desperately needs to top deck something and can deny him another draw step. There's no reason why I should not go for it now. Curse of the Swine is still there. I set him back one more turn, deal some extra damage. Let's not forget that I draw cards from my ordeal this turn. Note that, in my opinion, this deck still is a control deck in Theros Draft. In another environment, I might be willing to call it a tempo deck, because it certainly has tempo elements. But in this format, you really should not go slower. You have to do something before your opponent finds something really strong to do. Of course, if you can Griptide an opponent for all of eternity, then it doesn't matter how you win, but normally that's not an option. No, that's an invitation I cannot refuse. Kill that creature. Get in with everything. Practically win the game. And that's it. Yumi.
The world is my oyster.